Assalamu alaikum. Happy Tuesday. Peace be unto you. Welcome to the Sajdah channel. This Tuesday morning is generally dedicated to business topics and the state of Black business. So we're going to talk a little bit today about our businesses, about being conscious entrepreneurs, predatory capitalism, and let you guys know what we have coming up that we're going to be studying and reviewing for the future. So I'll be right back. Grab your coffee and tell a friend. See you in a few.
O Allah, guide me among those whom Thou hast guided aright, and preserve me among those whom Thou hast preserved, and befriend me among those whom Thou hast befriended. Bless me in whatsoever Thou dost grant me, and deliver me from the evil of what Thou hast judged. Surely Thou judgest, and none can judge against Thee, and he whom Thou befriendest is not disgraced. Blessed art Thou, O Lord, and exalted be Thee above what they set up besides Thee. I bear witness, nothing deserves to be served besides Thee, and I bear witness that Muhammad is Thy servant and apostle. Amen.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who in my judgment is the master historian, taught us that of all our studies, history is the most attractive, and it is best qualified to reward the researcher. History is most attractive. Why should history be most attractive? Because history is the recorded time of the human family in its struggle to overcome obstacles. There is no life that is without struggle. The Holy Quran teaches us that man, meaning man and woman, is made to face difficulties. And after difficulty comes ease. But it is history that guides us through difficulty. For if you know how people who had difficulty yesterday got through, and if your difficulty is somewhat similar, then today we also can get through if we follow the guidance of history. This is why Carter G. Woodson and many of our black giants fought for black people to know our history. Because in not knowing our history, we don't have a guide. And without a guide, we are lost. No wonder
Assalamu alaikum, family. Welcome to the Sajdah channel. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope you are waking up, vibrating high. And inshallah, after you um, sit with me on this talk this morning, this discussion, that you'll vibrate even higher. Um, so we just finished our Sajdah Deca Fest. I'm working on a few things to help you all continue to enjoy it further. So I'll keep you posted on that. I wanted to jump out here this morning. I'm not going to keep you long to let you know and to talk a little bit about our show here, The State of Black Business, and what I believe that I want to do. Um, there is a State of Black Business report that just came out. I posted it on my Instagram pages. It's with written by Reverend Dennis Dillon out of New York. I'm going to be attending his conference this fall, and we'll be talking to you a little bit more about that. We're going to do some webinars. I think I'm gonna speak at his conference. We'll be doing some vending as well. But I want to go in report in depth and have a deep discussion about it. And so I'm just waiting on my copy of it. And I want us to just understand statistically where we are as a community, if you will. I want us to focus on as we're continuing as entrepreneurs to build our businesses is to make sure that we have a mission that is community driven. It is really critical that we avoid practicing the same predatory capitalism that put us in the situation that we're in. Something that permeates throughout every movement that has existed in our community and every attempt to help us to elevate, elevate our condition has been cooperative economics. Did y'all realize that? Pooling our resources, coming together, doing businesses, building businesses that introduce much needed goods and services into our communities. Critically, critically, critically important. So I want to make sure we're thinking about that. What is your mission? Is it education? And if it's education, do you have an organization that you're targeting, that you're going to support, that you're going to partner with? Is it healthy food in our community? That being the case, then how are you going to get that mission out there? What are you going to do? How are you going to be of service to your community through your business? One of the challenges with this form of capitalism that has been built on our backs, it's just the greed that comes with it. The greed is just incredible. I don't even think that we can truly comprehend the level of greed because it's just not in our nature. We know those of us in our community that are greedy, but this corporate greed is on another level. This corporate greed would shut down the whole country just to get money. This corporate greed would enslave an entire race of people, and people die at a just like, it's okay, just go get more, put more in the boat. Let's keep breeding. Let's keep going. It's horrible. And it's easy to slip into. You may say, well, yeah, that ain't me, but it's easy because what this form of capitalism does is it makes everybody for sale if you aren't conscious. So let's say there's something that somebody wants from you and you won't readily give it up. and say you won't readily give it up. All they have to do is behind the scenes send in their mercenaries and create a need or urgency or even a tragedy. Most of us will opt for the sellout as opposed to, falling back on some of these techniques that we're talking about so that you can, maintain and thrive and do something outside of just selling out. It's a big deal. And it's very important that we really start to focus. We as a community, we win in a lot of areas. We win in a lot of areas. We are at the top of the class in a lot of areas. But two areas that have seemed to evade us, which is finances and healthcare, need to, in my opinion, become the strong focus in our community. I learned how seriously sick and ill we are working in the healthcare industry. It's really bad. And in some cities, in some parts of the country, it's worse than others. And especially when you begin to travel around the world and learn about healthcare systems and the sicknesses and illnesses around the world, they don't even touch the hem of the sickness garment of Black people here in America. So it's something that we have to address. So one of my missions with one of my businesses, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad House Museum, is to really help teach people how to eat to live, how to cook, how to be creative, that you can make beautiful, creative, tasty food that is still healthy. And making that one meal a day is so ceremonial that you'll not want to eat during the course of the day because you're going to be looking forward to that experience between 4 to 6 p.m. Diving into that great book, How to Eat to Live, or those great two books, How to Eat to Live. And then education is important to me. So there's healthcare and diet, and then there's education. Education is extremely important to me. And so one of my missions is going to be helping to educate our youth and just offering educational tools so that people can not only learn history and learn from history, but they can come and think and participate in conversations and discussions, just sitting around the dinner table and learn and go deeper and learn to critically think for themselves. Seems to elude many of us. Okay, seems to elude many of us, that form of mathematical thinking. So what are your missions? What's your mission? What's important to you that your business is going to either service or donate to or support? What are you going to do, and how are you going to be of service to your community? I'm going to also work really hard to encourage us to create communities where we come as family around the country so that we can commune with one another and go back to what it felt like to be your brother and sister's keeper. Maybe you won't be so stressed if you have someone else that can pick the children up from school. Maybe you won't be so stressed if, you got somebody to drop off a bowl of bean soup to you if they know you've been busy. Maybe you won't be so stressed just walking out the house and seeing your family member, your your friends, and knowing that the people around you, or at least nearby, are you. So that's going to also be a mission, developing real estate that can work to create these communities, and we can buy back some of our wasted cities that people are leaving and abandoning, the wasted neighborhoods, and preserve the history that's there. So these are important missions. We're going to talk about this stuff on the state of Black business, but we're going to go into our series where we're going to talk about the state of Black business. We're going to be going in depth into Reverend Dylan's new book that's coming out. I'm just waiting on my copy. I spoke to him, I think on Friday, was it? And so I know that my copy is in the mail. As soon as it comes, we're going to dive into it. I'm going to put the QR code. If you want to go and purchase it, you can go to my Facebook and Instagram pages. And but it's going to be like a book report. And we're going to dive into it. We're going to understand where we are on the economic spectrum, where we are on the health spectrum. We're going to slice and dice these numbers up, and we're going to dig into it. So it's going to be like a economics class, okay, that we're going to be taking over the course of, and it may take us, I don't know, we'll see how many episodes it takes us. We may just go straight through like we did with DecaFest. Would you all like that, or you want to go week by week? I think we should just go straight through like we did with DecaFest and just keep slicing and dicing and digging. It's also going to be helpful for us. A lot of us are watching all these debates, and we're watching the political race and all of that, and we don't know, what to choose from. And Sister Betty says straight through. Yeah, I agree. We don't know what to choose. And I think a lot of times, because we don't know what's important to us, all of it just sounds so much like lies. It's really, really difficult. And then once you understand the structure of things, you know that the person that is put up in front of you is not really running things. That also makes it a challenge as well. But I think it's important even that we know what to look for. So if we're tuning in, for example, tonight to the debates, what are you looking for? What do you want to hear? I think I mentioned to you all after the DNC, I want to hear about where is the George Floyd bill? Where is the anti-lynching, anti-Black crime bill? Where is that? So we can stop getting killed and murdered in the streets by the police. I mean, we got to work on ourselves so that we stop hating and killing on each other. But my gosh, where's that? I've heard a lot of talk about, everybody want to have a business and all this community funding. Well, my question is, what is the criteria for the funding? Who's controlling the money? Is it the same people who have been preying up on us and being prejudiced, discriminated against us? Who's going to do it? That's important. What are we doing about Gaza? What are we going to do about that? What is our stance on that? Are we going to just keep letting people get killed? Like what are we doing? And so the war piece is big for me, whether it's Ukraine or Gaza. The war piece is huge. And this, let's start protecting Black people in this country. It's time out. It's time out for us to, we need to start feeling a little bit safer. I'm tired of us as Black people. We going into business and we're constantly dealing with the thought that somebody may hurt us. Somebody may do something to us. People get angry and they use their little power. And I'm ready for God to start going, look, I'll deal with it, because it's incredible. People get a little power and they have a problem with you for whatever reason. You might not even have done anything to them. You just look the way you look, or worship the way you worship, or they just got a bad day and then they start doing all kind of weird stuff. I want to hear about antitrust laws and how we're going to fight against antitrust price gouging. How are we going to fight against that? What are we going to do about um, things like Black healthcare institutions that are being attacked by the big box systems and being shut down and closed down? It's at the point now, if you're a Black person, if you're not a care physician, it's very difficult for you to open a business. No offense against primary care physicians, but it's like they don't really care about that. Some of them, they will try to force them into the hospital system and make sure as long as they got a little medical office next to the hospital. But don't try to be a radiologist. Don't try to be a surgeon. Don't try to be an endocrinologist. Anything that addresses those risk factors that impact the number one killer of Black people in America, they start trying to shut you down. Don't be a birthing center. We need to deal with that. These are antitrust violations that are happening every day in America to medical facilities that are owned and or that primarily serve Black people in this country. This is huge. And so I want to know about that. What's the antitrust? Because as America begins to continue its fall, you got these predators and these predatory capitalists who are going to say, y'all can't and take it and start making money. So they're going to start trying to shut us down. If we have a bakery, then next thing you know, it's going to be some big box bakery copying your recipe. They'll take it, they'll come in and send a customer in, buy one of your cakes, take it to the lab, dissect it. Next thing you know, they selling it in the store. You call yours Pookie Crack Cakes and they're going to call theirs Dookie Dak Cakes or something. And what are we doing about that? Because a lot of people can't afford to go and sue these big companies that are backed by all this money, all this venture capital. That's what I want to hear about. We need some protection, in this country. And if not, we got to start protecting ourselves, supporting each other no matter what, and all the things that we've been talking about. So those are things that are important to me. And we're going to go straight through on this State of Black Business. Hopefully it comes in the mail today. I can start studying it and reading it. And I'll post out here when we start. We'll go from there. And I'll keep you guys posted. If you guys don't have any questions, then I'm not going to keep you today. I just wanted to give you that update. Make sure that you were alert and have your eyes open for what your mission is going to be for your business, who you're supporting, or what your mission should be or is. Let's figure out how we're going to be of service to our community and be conscious. And thank you, Sister Monica. Okay. And then let's also make sure that we are paying attention to these local candidates, to these national candidates. Who is speaking to our best interest? Don't get bullied into anything. Who's speaking to our best interest? I want you to think about your businesses. I want you to think about your family, your home, education. We got school board elections coming up, especially like here in Chicago. What does the agenda of the Chicago School Board, how does that impact your child and your children if they're in the school systems? How does that impact? And if you say, well, I don't care, my children go to school in the suburbs, it's probably going to impact the nearby suburban schools in the Chicagoland area as well. We started talking about politics and the internet's like, um, no, I don't think I'm doing a watch party tonight, sister. You know what, Sister Betty? I don't know. I might. I'll see. I'll see if I got a lot of stuff to do today. I'm going to try to wrap up early. And if I can, I think it don't come on till 8 o'clock. So I might be able to do it. We may, if you all want to do a watch party tonight, put that on here and maybe we'll figure out how to do it. But I'll keep you posted and I'll let you guys know. Last time, as soon as we finished the watch party, they took it down. So I don't know if they're going to let us do it. You see now, as soon as I start talking about politics, the internet started going crazy. So anyway, family, with that, stay close to me on social media. I'll be putting some information out there about our next series and what we're about to do next. And let's stay woke. All right. Make sure you support Cash App Sajdah Enterprises, support SajdahHouse.com or WendyMuhammad.com. All right, family. Love you all. Peace and blessings.